Alright, what's up everybody? It's Kobe here. Today we're going to be playing some MX vs ATV Legends. I've not played this game consistently in a while, so bear with me here. We might get some rough gameplay, but I'm just kind of chilling and running some laps on Thunder Valley here. One of my favorite tracks to just chill on. It's such a good looking track. The scenery, the highway out in the distance, and I'm fucking up. Yeah, I really just want to talk about Season 2. And what's coming out later this year. I don't think there's been any real confirmations other than if you go in the game files, you can see that they have the 2023 AMA Pro Motocross tracks, which are so dope. I think everyone would be happy with those coming into the game as well, but I feel like they're probably not going to be, they're not going to be too much different from year to year. We have some 2021 tracks, and they don't differ too much from the 2022, even though there is some directional changes and stuff. But what else? I'm not too sure. I know I've heard some UI stuff. I've watched in some other videos I've seen people talk about. I think they've said that on Twitter as well. A few months ago they dropped some graphics kits, some pro official graphics kits, along with some rider customization, which I think is going to be a huge point in the next update, adding a lot of gear, graphics, and just customization in general, which I think is huge. This game is lacking in customization so bad. It's very disappointing and just confusing on how it's gotten this bad on the customization level. Even Supercross 6, like the customization on that game, it's been lacking for years, and even then it's still 10 times better than what's in this game. So that's one of the more frustrating parts of the game, but I know they want to improve it, and I'm sure there's some behind-the-scenes stuff that they can't really help or can't really do anything about. But, just as a fan, seeing, one of the best parts of the game, one of the more fun parts of the game, like customization, just not really be taken seriously is kind of lame, especially when, the main things that drive some of these games, especially over on PC with, like, Sim and MX bikes, is the customization. Obviously physics are the more important thing when it comes to, the base of a game, but, you really got to have extra content, and you got to have stuff to keep the fans entertained. Every game has, I cannot stay on track here. Most games nowadays, they all do the live service, they do seasons, which I personally like. I just think you need to be more consistent, more high quality with it. And if you're going to do it, you need to give the fans what they want, which I think they've done very, very well for the most part. I think the only real miss, per se, was the sleigh ground. I know people do like that and do think it's cool, and it is cool. I'm grateful they added it. I just definitely think there could have been other things put into the game that would have made a little more sense, or people would have enjoyed a lot more. But nonetheless, I don't want to say that's like a waste of time or anything. It's still really cool and a fun thing to just go shred around on free ride. But yeah, I really just want more national tracks DLC, which I think we're obviously gonna get. I touched on that earlier, and also some maybe some more Supercross stuff. I really like the World Tour tracks, along with a few Supercross tracks they have in the stock, or their stock Supercross tracks that I like, but there really aren't too many. So I really hope they kind of hit on that or touch on that in the next season or here within the next few months. Personally, I would like to see maybe some replicas of older tracks from different games, MX vs ATV games coming in. Whether it's old MX vs ATV Untamed or Unleashed tracks, or old Reflex tracks. I really don't know. I think it would be interesting for them to really just widen out the Supercross tracks. They're very tight and very weird on this game, and it's very easy to kind of just blow over the corner. The scaling on the Supercross tracks, and even the national tracks too, are kind of off. So, and I have done this every fucking time I've hit that. But yeah, really need to touch up on Supercross. I wouldn't mind seeing, maybe even pro Supercross tracks coming in, replicas. I don't know how they would do that with the other games coming in, but that would obviously be pretty dope. They've done it before, of course, in Encore when that game had the tracks, the official tracks, and Supercross 1 also had official tracks, so it's definitely possible. for them to do it, and throwing a little backflip there. Other than DLC, really, and just, you know, pure improvement, you know, of content in general, you know, there isn't much to say. I think obviously people want more stuff. I think they know that. Another aspect I'm really looking forward to is some crossplay. You know, just more multiplayer stuff in general, more playlists. Just making bigger lobbies as well. You know, it is very hard to find lobbies. So I feel like if you add the crossplay thing in, that kind of makes it so much more playable in a sense where, like, for example, Supercross the game. Last year I noticed it was very hard, Supercross 5, to find lobbies consistently at certain parts of the day, which, you know, it is like that with a lot of games that have smaller player bases, which is normal, but they added crossplay, and I can pretty much find a lobby whenever I want. So it would definitely be a huge advantage for them to add that. I think that would help out a lot, and it could really just bring some community back to the game or something. Like, you know, crossplay is something you see in almost every game now. You know, I read some stuff where they have issues with, like, certain platforms kind of ruin it all or something like that. I don't know for sure. I don't, you know what I'm talking about fully, but crossplay would be so sick, and I really think that could boost the game's, like, popularity and the life of it. You know, because I don't know when the next game is going to be coming out or if they've even started it. I really hope they have, and it wouldn't shock me if they're deep into development on that. But you really need to grow the community. You know, I think connecting, you know, at least do PS5 or a PlayStation to Xbox crossplay if you can't do PC, because I know Milestone wasn't able to do PC, which was kind of annoying. But yeah, either way, you know, other than DLC and, you know, multiplayer stuff, I think physics are improving. I don't know if I've, like, touched on this yet. They definitely need to just add some more weight to the bike and make it to where the rider body movement actually affects you more. Like, I feel like my rider is so stiff on the bike, and the body weight doesn't matter too much. I feel like it's more of just the front end of the bike that really controls everything. You know, the back end feels dead as well. You know, I feel like the guy needs to actually, I mean, you can see him move when you're kind of going over and up and down jumps and hitting bumps and stuff, but it's not the same as, like, if you go play pretty much any motocross game, any supercross game that has come out in the past 10 years. There's so much more movement with the guy on the bike. I think even All Out had more movement, so I'm not sure what that is. If that's just I don't think it's necessarily a physics thing, but I think if they just added, you know, just loosened the rider up, put some weight, you know, under the bike, you know, they've definitely given it more, like, center of gravity than at the beginning of the game. You know, I actually feel like it's a lot easier to pull your guy back. It feels like the bike is heavier. You know, it feels like a real dirt bike. It doesn't feel like I'm on, like, a hot air balloon in the shape of a dirt bike, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, they've improved a lot, so, you know, I expect them to keep improving. And, you know, there's Discord servers that you can go in and talk to the devs and give feedback and make requests and stuff like that. So, you know, they're definitely open to the fans, and they're listening to us. So a bright future for this game. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see what comes out over the next couple months. There really is just a bright what the fuck. But overall, it seems like we're headed in a really good direction, so I'm going to be trying to make some more content on this game and just maybe trying to hone my skills a little bit, as the Supercross series doesn't seem to be adding too much into the community or making too much of an effort to compete or be greater than what the last installments of the game were. So no DLC for that game or anything yet, so this game kind of seems to be our only real hope until Milestone figures their shit out, or until you know, maybe Monster Energy takes the rights to that video game elsewhere. But who knows what's going to happen. I'll make a whole other video on that. But yeah, man, MX vs. ATV Legends, it's been a lot of fun. Can't wait to see what comes out for the rest of 2023. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see y'all in the next video.